Hello and welcome to DIWIW, and today we're going to be talking about why Ryomen King Sukuna hates Yuji Itadori so much. Make sure to like, share, save, and follow, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm just starting out, so any bit of support would be useful and helpful. Let's get started. Many people are really confused to the reason why Ryomen King Sukuna hates Yuji Itadori. And to me, I can absolutely see why Ryomen King Sukuna hates Yuji Itadori, because in every thematical way, Yuji Itadori is a containment and a contradiction to the values and abilities of Ryomen King Sukuna that he has constructed himself to make him the king of curses. Specifically, what I mean by that is that throughout the story, Ryomen King Sukuna has this ideology of the strongest, that the strongest should take over because they are the strongest, and they should be able to cause carnage because might makes right. And the biggest feat of strength that we get that shows how strong Sukuna is, and how strength itself is what he lives by, is his domain expansion, Malevolent Shrine. Malevolent Shrine is the physical manifestation of Ryomen King Sukuna lasting out, and what he believes himself about himself internally, and what he believes about the world internally. In the final chapters of JJK, we learn that he did most of his ideals and most of his life out of a sense of research, as he blatantly says it to Mahito when he was born as a wretched thing, and he was outcasted by the rest of society. Malevolent Shine is that technique, as it appears in the natural world, and the narrator itself says it's a divine feat of an artist painting without a canvas. This represents him literally physically lashing out against the world and everything that's living in it. And this comes in stark contrast to what Yuji's domain expansion is. Yuji's domain expansion is a domain expansion that bypasses the physical world and connects two souls together. It forced Ryomen King Sukuna to connect in a dimension outside of the natural world, in a place where he could not harm whatever's going on, and he was forced to relive events of life. This is direct opposition to what Malevolent Shrine represents as a domain extension, as one cuts out and dismantles the entire world around it, the other attempts to bypass the physical world and connect two souls together. So this kind of shows the difference of how that domain expansion is the direct opposition to what Ryomen King Sukuna's domain expansion is. Then we can go to the physical makeup itself of Yuji and Sukuna. Sukuna was born as a twin that consumed his brother in the womb. That's why he has 4 eyes, 2 arms, and 2 mouths. The narrator itself describes this build as the perfect body for jiu-jitsu, as twins are seen by 2 people with the same amount of curse energy shared between them. We can see this by the example of Maki and Mai. But one underrated aspect, narrative aspect, I don't see a lot of people talking about, is how this directly stands in opposition of Ryomen King Sukuna being monstrous. The basis of his strength is the fact that the Jujutsu power system itself sees him as 2 human beings. Therefore, the humanity he thoroughly tries to escape from is the reason why he has such a strength over all sorcerers, technically making the basis of his strength as a double human being rather than just one. And this is in stark contrast to Yuji Itadori, who is one of 3 death wound paintings, making him part cursed spirit, and is the son of Kinjaku, that Kinjaku being a cursed sorcerer that possesses the dead corpse of people to live on and continue his plans on his mom's side, making him partly coming out of a dead person, and on his father's side he's the direct nephew to Ryomen King Sukuna, making him like really related to the king of sorcerers themselves, to like Sukuna themselves. In almost every way, Yuji Itadori is the most inhuman human sorcerer that exists in Jujutsu Kaisen by body makeup alone. And because of the makeup of the death wound paintings, he goes on to live a very long time and doesn't age, unlike most people in Jujutsu Kaisen, further proving like the point of his inhumanness fundamentally. On top of that, he was born with freakishly good inhuman strength outside of a heavenly restriction or even knowing how to use curse energy. It's obvious by just looking at Yuji Itadori from the beginning even that he had huge potential of that of like Satoru Gojo or Ryomen King Sukuna himself. And I feel like partly Ryomen King Sukuna knew that Yuji had this potential, and partly because he was inside Yuji Itadori, forced to bear witness to how much he cares about humanity. He's seeing a side of himself when he talked to Mahito of the other path he could have chosen. He's seeing the other path in Yuji Itadori, which absolutely infuriates him because the path he chose is the path of revenge, the path of lashing out in the world, and the path of using his natural ability, which is trying to cut and dissect everything around him. Well, Yuji has the natural ability of blood manipulation, literally giving up his blood for the sake of others and fighting for humanity so much that it's quite literally a curse for him to care as much as he does about humanity. So tell me what you think of the reason why Sukuna hates Yuji so much. Make sure to like, save, follow, and like subscribe to the channel and like my TikTok page as well if you found it. I'm going to be posting a lot more and like longer form content, so like stick around for that too, and give me any recommendations of any like anime like topics that you would like me to cover. Thank you for watching.